Hi, April 12th, 2022. I'm going to try to make a video here. Been trying to make these videos during the day, but I'm against the time constraints that I have, so just going to go for it. So in one of my last videos, I framed the video with like something very simple but big. And I have another installment. Now, this video, I'm just gonna let everybody know that I've tried this time putting a piece of paper over the video, over the actual screen of my phone, so I don't have the distraction of checking how I look or seeing how I look and having to deal with all that information at the same time while making this video. Although I still am going to have in the background thinking about that. It is what it is. It's a process. So I don't know where to start this. I came to a big conclusion a few weeks back. I feel like I should tell the story of how that happened, because it's a pretty great story. I'm deciding whether I should or not. These are some of the challenges making these videos. I have limited time, or at least I feel like I have limited time to make these videos, and there are very few moments where it feels perfect to make a video. But when I can't make a video, I find myself wanting to make one all the time. So so that leaves me in a position where sometimes I make these videos even though I'd like them to be more than they are. That being said, I came to the realization of like a simple saying: replace ego with boundaries. And this was a huge breakthrough for me. I have been learning about the ego being the thing that we developed as children, or whenever we develop it, to protect ourselves as we would be without needing protection, without needing to shield who we really are. We hope that, babies and small children have this, but they honestly haven't. They obviously have not formed personalities. Not really the direction I want to go with this. The point being is that a lot of people use the term inner child work, and that is what I was doing when I came across these understandings as far as the ego being the key to healing the inner child. These are not my terms. And I learned this information from various places, especially on YouTube, um, and the community on YouTube. And my personal story, I feel lucky in the fact that whether I called it my inner child or not, what I came to understand is being part of my inner child, and that inner child being, who I would be without uh, worrying about any social constructs that we have growing up and as being adults and so on, being in relationships or living in the United States or whatever your environment is. Um, the ego is developed to protect what would hurt those sensibilities. And one of the big issues with that is that not having an awareness that those tendencies in our personality, that's what it's doing, becomes our identity at times, or we don't know how far, where we start and stop, and the ego is not our true nature, other than the sense that you could say it is our true nature to develop such a thing, if our true nature is attacked or feels that it needs protection from whatever environment. And so the big thing that I'm sharing here is that in the my work on myself and kind of understanding getting at the truth of me as a person in society, in my environment, understanding who do I get to be? What's my personal power? What is my ability? My what I'm going to do with my life, and how to conduct my life in a way that I don't run into trouble, I guess. I'm finding great eloquent words to say this right now. I'm finding very, very simplistic ways of saying this. Instead of protecting myself with ego, protecting myself with boundaries. I think that that's such a huge difference, and what's amazing is that so many people have said both of those things, but I have never heard it put together. And I think that is so powerful. I think so many people can develop upon that. It can go so many places and is so healthy. What it does, just to begin the conversation, is that it allows you to be who you are, without having to put any kind of falsities or half-truths to your the way you have to act or behave. A boundary is something that you do in the full understanding that you will accept what you will accept and what you will not accept. And the problem, well, and I think a lot of people can make their own conclusions in the difference with what an ego does. Boundaries allow me to stand in a truth or a fact. You know, there's a lot more, I guess, could be said. I would love to see discussions about this. I would love to expand upon this more, but I think the great thrust of this was to get this thought out, to make a recording, and and all the people that this could help, or to get this into the social consciousness. That's what I'd like to see. I think this is helpful. So I'm going to stop the video there. Thank you.